In the vastness of Sudan, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the desert winds carve stories into the sands, there exists a world shaped not by asphalt roads or modern schedules, but by movement, by rhythm, by tradition. This is the world of Sudan's nomadic villages, communities whose lives follow the migration of herds, the pattern of seasons, and the wisdom of ancestors. Life here is not stationary. It does not hold still. It flows, like the desert wind. Food in Jordanian villages is a reflection of the land. Much of what is eaten is grown locally. Wheat, herbs, olives, figs, pomegranates, and vegetables grown in backyard gardens. Meals are simple but rich in flavor. Dishes like mansaf, prepared during gatherings, or freshly baked taboon bread made in outdoor clay ovens, carry centuries of history. The process of preparing food is often more important than the food itself. It is a time for bonding, storytelling, and passing down traditions. Craftsmanship is another element that defines village life. In some villages, women still gather to weave carpets or create beautiful patterns on traditional dresses known as thob. These crafts are not merely art. They are visual stories. Each design, stitch, and color reflects a piece of the region's identity, symbols of mountains, valleys, protection, and prosperity. Although life feels timeless, change is slowly shaping the villages. Many young people leave for education and work in the cities. Yet even as modern influences arrive, the essence of village life remains rooted in values like respect, community, and connection with the land. Technology may enter homes, but traditions remain the foundation. Jordanian village life is also closely connected to nature. Shepherds still walk their flocks across open fields, following routes passed down for generations. Agriculture is not simply work here. It is the identity of the land. The soil of Jordan is stubborn, dry, and demanding, but those who cultivate it do so with patience that borders on devotion. Olive trees, some wider than a human embrace, have stood for hundreds of years. They have seen tribes settle, borders change, wars come and go, and still they produce fruit every year, as if to remind the people that resilience is written into the very stones beneath their feet. During harvest season, Jordanian villages gain a gentle hum. Families gather under the branches, their conversations rising and falling like soft music. Children chase each other between tree trunks as elders give instructions, shaped by decades of practice. The olives they collect are not judged only for their quality, but for what they represent: continuity, blessing, and connection to ancestors who planted them long before the present generation was born. But village life in Jordan is not only about fields and farming. It is also about the unspoken agreements that weave people together. A door is never knocked upon once. It is pushed open with friendly insistence. A guest cannot leave without drinking something warm, usually tea infused with sage or wild thyme picked from mountain paths. But village life in Jordan is not only about fields and farming. It is also about the unspoken agreements that weave people together. A door is never knocked upon once. It is pushed open with friendly insistence. A guest cannot leave without drinking something warm, usually tea infused with sage or wild thyme picked from mountain paths. Hospitality here is not a gesture. It is a way of life. It is the belief that the worth of a person is measured by how their presence makes others feel safe, welcome, and honored. Women in the villages carry traditions not in their words but in their hands. Their embroidery, known as tatris, is a living archive. Every symbol stitched into a dress carries meaning: a star for guidance, a cypress tree for protection, a mountain for strength, a red thread for joy. Each pattern tells a story that does not fade with time. These garments speak more truth about Jordan's heritage than many history books. Village men, too, hold ancient knowledge. They know which wind brings rain, which shadow means good harvest, and which bird call signals the coming of a new season. Their understanding of the land is not scientific, yet it is precise, shaped through observation, memory, and deep respect for nature's power. Throughout Jordan's villages, you will hear stories. They flow like water through conversations, told by elders whose voices carry both weight and warmth. Stories of Bedouin ancestors who crossed deserts with only stars to guide them. Stories of springs that appeared after years of drought. Gifts from God at the moment they were needed most. Stories of weddings that lasted 3 days, where poetry filled the air and the sound of drums echoed into the night. Stories of those who left the village seeking opportunity, and those who returned because they found that peace lives only where one's roots are. Nomadic communities in Sudan live with an understanding that every day is shaped by the land they inhabit. There are no permanent houses, no fixed streets, no urban comforts. Instead, homes are crafted from materials carried from one journey to the next: palm frond roofs, wood frames, goatskin coverings, and woven mats that hold memories of past seasons. These structures are surprisingly sturdy, yet crafted so they can be assembled and taken down quickly whenever the time comes to move. Their lifestyle is guided by the grazing needs of their animals: camels, goats, sheep, or sometimes cattle, depending on the region. Livestock are not just a source of livelihood. They are identity, heritage, and security. Every movement across the land is calculated with respect to water sources, pasture conditions, and the ancient migration routes known to the elders. This relationship between humans, animals, and land has existed for centuries, forming a cultural rhythm that remains unbroken despite time and change. Men usually depart early with their herds, guiding them to areas where the grazing is good. This journey is often long and silent, filled with observation, reading the land, checking the weather, noting the condition of the animals. The connection between herder and herd is profound. Each goat has a personality. Each camel understands commands that have been passed down through generations. The animals are not simply raised. They are known deeply. Children grow up learning the ways of the land. Their playground is the open desert. Their lessons come from elders, from the movement of animals, from the stars that guide nighttime travel. Even without formal classrooms, they carry a deep understanding of survival: how to find clean water by reading soil, how to recognize safe plants, how to stay oriented in a landscape that stretches far and wide. Tradition plays a central role in every aspect of life. From clothing to rituals, nomadic Sudanese culture holds deep symbolism. Men often wear light, loose garments suitable for the intense heat. Women wear colorful tobes, wrapped cloths that flow gently with movement, adding grace to daily tasks. Jewelry made from beads, silver, or engraved metal carries cultural meanings and reflects tribal identity. Each tribe has patterns, colors, and symbols unique to their heritage. Seasons dictate much of nomadic life. The rainy season brings relief and renewal. Grass grows, water returns to seasonal rivers, and the land becomes vibrant with life. The village settles longer in one place, letting the animals feed on fresh vegetation. But the dry season is a test of endurance and wisdom. The land becomes harsh and unforgiving. Water sources shrink, winds turn hotter and more relentless. During these months, movement increases. Families must be ready to pack their entire world within hours, traveling long distances in search of grazing lands. Nomadic Sudanese village life is not just a lifestyle. It is resilience shaped by landscape, tradition protected by time, and identity carried across generations. It is a testament to the human ability to adapt, to thrive with simplicity, and to find beauty in movement. While the modern world rushes forward, nomadic culture preserves an ancient wisdom that life is richest not in what one owns, but in how one lives, how one shares, and how one honors the land that sustains them. Through long journeys, through seasonal hardships, through moments of joy and celebration, the nomadic communities of Sudan keep alive a heritage that continues to inspire awe. Their lifestyle is a living story, one written not on paper, but in footsteps across sand, in the rhythm of drums, in the call of migrating herds, and in the memories of those who keep moving. And as long as the desert winds blow across Sudan's vast landscape, that story will continue, rooted in tradition, strengthened by unity, and carried forward by generations who know that life itself is a journey,